So let's get some real talk and drill down on the latest Fox News polls. 29% of Republican primary voters say the most important quality they want in a candidate is a strong leader. 20% favoring true conservative values. Digging a little deeper, those who prioritize strong leadership are most likely to back Donald Trump. He gets 29%. Jeb Bush gets 19%. Joining me now, Simon Rosenberg, former Bill Clinton campaign advisor, now president of NDN, Democratic think tank, and Lee Carter, partner with Maslansky and Partners communications strategy firm. Simon, great to have you in New York.
It's great to be
Always
here.
great to see you, Lee,
great
as
to
well.
See you too.
So, Simon, let me start with you.
Yeah.
What GOP voters want is a leader. Is that because they believe Barack Obama wasn't one?
I think this is consistent with what voters usually want, is they want a strong leader to lead America in a time of enormous change. And I think what's surprising to me is how much the media has seen Trump as kind of a fool and a buffoon, and yet voters are seeing him as a strong, serious guy who could run the country. And I think the debate Thursday night is going to be a remarkable event in Trump's evolution.
So, Lee, is that because they see Donald Trump as an outsider? Or is that because they know that he has led in building companies and employing people? What is it?
I think that people see him as a very strong leader. And what I think they say, when they say strong leader, they mean something different. They don't just mean a leader, a politician. Right. They mean somebody who seems truly different. Yep. And so I think Trump has that appeal. He doesn't seem like a professional politician. In fact, he's an unpolitician. He's a businessman. He says what he means. And that's what leadership means to people today.
Okay. Now, it's really interesting when you also look at this Fox News poll question, what are the most important issues to voters? Of course, we've talked earlier in the program, the economy. Following a distant second is terrorism and health care. But then look at the bottom there. You have the social issues, gay marriage at only 3%, taxes, well, that's not a social issue. I'm surprised it's only 3%, but it is, and abortion 2%. Simon, I think it's interesting because if the debate were not being held on Fox this week, guaranteed a bunch of the questions to the GOP candidates would be about the social issues.
Yeah.
So it looks like the GOP primary voters are not caring so much about that.
Well, this is very consistent with recent polling. I mean, people want good jobs. They want health care. They want to be safe. These are the issues that are usually the paramount issues in presidential campaigns. So it's not really that surprising. But I will say that I think voters see social issues as important, but this other stuff is more important.
What do you think, Lee?
I think the social issues are at rest right now. I really think that we've seen the decisions on gay marriage. We've seen the decisions now on abortion. People are letting them go because I think what we're seeing is that Stephen Colbert said this best once. It's bigger than what's in it for you and me. It's all about what's in it for me. And what people want right now is they want jobs. They want the economy to better. They want things better for their children than they were for themselves.
But how is that going to play out in a state like Iowa? Because Iowa tends to be very conservative.
Yep.
And we saw last time around Rick Santorum winning,
right,
that primary state. And obviously he was not the candidate eventually. So it's still going to be important in Iowa, right?
Well, social conservatives do very well in Iowa historically in the Republican primary. And I think one of the most interesting things to watch on Thursday night is going to be this fight between Huckabee, Cruz, and Ben Carson for who's going to be the conservative, the social conservative, who's going to emerge into the upper tier, because they're all about in the same place. And I think that's going to be one of the most interesting dynamics on Thursday.
And yet when we go back to that leadership poll, with leadership being so important, true conservative values was second, but it was down at 20%, leadership at 29%.
Yeah, I think this is all about trust. And really, people right now are trusting what they see is in it for them. People are responding to people who are more like them than not. And so while Trump isn't like everybody, he's speaking to a truth that's really speaking to those folks.
All right. We'll have to see what happens on Thursday. I know you guys will be watching.
Yep.
We all will be as well. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, Gretchen.